$10 XRP, is it possible? Can it even hit $20? In this video, I'm gonna give you my price analysis and then tell you when exactly I think XRP will top out in 2025. Now, before $10, XRP is going to need to reclaim this trend line. More on that in a second. But right now, we got to talk about the markets reacting to the latest tariff news. The S&P turned super negative after EU said tariffs will remain with little progress made in the tariff talks. Just looking at the S&P 500, that fell off a cliff. And when we look at XRP on the 5-minute chart, also seeing some terrible price action. In addition to the price action, you also see this broad yellow line. This yellow line was that important level that we were talking about, that we looked at earlier. And so the markets right now are in a do or die situation when it comes to XRP. Now, before we talk about a $10 XRP, I want to go over a price prediction I made about a month ago. This was March 19th, and I talk about what XRP needs to do before things can turn bullish again. When we go to the daily, you can see how it looks on a larger time frame here. We're just kind of stuck in this range, and there is a chance that people get a little too greedy, try to over leverage their longs here, and then the market needs to do a little bit of a reset, a liquidation flush, and then XRP can go to the next level. So on March 19th, I said the markets might get a little bit greedy and XRP needs to touch the bottom of the channel before things can turn bullish again. And if we look at where March 19th was, it was this candle right here, and it took a while, but XRP sure enough came back down to the bottom of the channel, and now we're trying to fight the bears and turn bullish again. But now let's talk about the $10 XRP. So XRP price analysts are projecting $10 next with an optimistic target of $20. Very, very bullish news here. First thing we're looking at here is the 100-day exponential moving average is very important, at least according to liquidation heat maps. So when we go to XRP and turn on our indicator, the 50, the 100, and the 200, you can see the 100 right here, and you can see the 50. But before we get to the 100, I've noticed there's a lot of heat at the 50-day moving average as well. Looking above here, you can see it's right around 224, 223 range. When we go to the liquidation heat map, this is Binance liquidations on XRP. We're going to go to the 3-day, just get a little bit more data. And these are areas where traders will get liquidated, and it often acts as a magnet pulling it to this price. And you can see big flashes right around 222 and another large spike right around 225, so fitting in perfectly with that 50-day moving average. And when you zoom out, you'll see activity around that 100-day moving average right around 249 as well. I want to give a quick shout out to LBank exchange. It is my favorite exchange to get all of the latest trading pairs, all of the hottest meme coins and altcoins. You can go to the spot trading, or you could do futures perpetual trading, and we have a link down below with the tutorial on the top of our page. Tons and tons of features here, 24/7 customer support, huge reach here, huge volume, millions of users, and they have over 200 countries and regions covered. So go ahead, open up an account, deposit some funds, and start your trading journey. And now let's look at the next thing here. Can it hit even $20 in 2025? So we have Melius. He's an anonymous crypto analyst, and he said XRP could hit $10 with an optimistic target between 15 and 20. And this is according to the Elliott wave theory. Now, if you don't know what the Elliott wave theory is, it was established by an accountant almost a century ago. His name is Ralph Nelson Elliott, and he made this model in 1934, and he just saw a common pattern when he studied the history of the stock market price patterns. And the Elliott wave is broken down into 5 distinct waves. Wave 1, it goes up, it sets a new trend. Wave 2 corrects against the trend. You see it go up, you see it correct. Wave 3 goes up with the trend higher than before. This is when we get a new high, and then wave 4 goes down, corrects against the trend by wave 3, and then wave 5, the most bullish wave, it goes up and sets a new peak. So let's see what they have about the XRP Elliott wave, and then we're going to look at the RSI and how it's mirroring the 2017 cycle. So this is Elliott wave 101, and we zoom in on this man's chart here. So the 2017 bull market, we had the accumulation phase, and that gave us wave 1 and wave 2. Wave 3, new high, and then we slowed down and corrected into wave 4, and then wave 5, giga bullish, brand new all-time high. Now, move my camera so we can see the RSI right below. This bull run, 2024-2025 bull run, we had the accumulation zone that gave us wave 1 and wave 2, and then wave 3, that's where we set, new bullish price action. We're currently correcting into wave 4, and then wave 5, that is how we get a $10 XRP. Now looking at the RSIs on the bottom, in 2017, you can see we hit the top in 2 distinct waves, and it looks like we're kind of replicating this where the RSI will hit the top in 2 distinct waves. But let's measure that distance in 2017, and that could tell us when XRP might potentially top in 2025. And don't worry, I'll tell you what that cat symbol means in a little bit. Now, we had two distinct waves into the overbought territory for the RSI, with the first peak and then XRP cooled down, and then the second wave is when we really saw all the price action. And so if we were to measure that, XRP found a top about 287 days after the weekly RSI hit oversold. And so let's measure 287 days, and that gives us a potential when XRP might top out in 2025. And just looking at the charts, 287 days is going to be the end of August. It looks like August 25th. And so that is a potential target for your XRP top. All right, well, now let's look at this stupid cat symbol. What are we looking at here? Well, I noticed this on the 4-hour chart, and it essentially is just an upside down head and shoulders, but it has the patented Batman cowl as the head. Now, TradingView, for whatever reason, they won't give you a Batman symbol, but we got the cat symbol, and that's going to be, just the next best thing here. So if we draw that out, you can see the head and shoulders formation forming. We have, which is on our left side, the right shoulder. You can see the head, and then you can see the right shoulder right there. And the measure you would use for this is you measure from the neckline to the end of the Batman ear, and then that can give you a nice potential breakout. So potential target around $2.56, 57 cents. We're gonna need to hit these levels before we can get to a $10 XRP. And don't forget, the liquidation heat map has a lot of activity in this 220 to 225 range. So this is some of the short-term price action I'm expecting for XRP, but long-term, do not discount a $10 potential target. I'm DZ for Discover Crypto. Let me know down below where you think XRP is gonna go price-wise in 2025. I'll be reading your comments. We'll bring it up on the live stream, and hopefully I'll see you and your XRP bags at the top.